Hey everyone, Blake LaGrange here from mastering.com, and I've teamed up with Access Analog to give you this brief tutorial on how to use the Manley Variable Mu compressor and limiter. So this is the Manley Variable Mu, however it's often called the Manley Vari Mu, and it is simply a stereo or mono compressor depending on how you use it. It can also limit, as we can see here. So let's just dive right in. I have a drum track here that we can listen to help us with our reference point of what we're going to be doing while we manipulate the audio here. See, I just flipped it in here. So this is the in and bypass, and then you have two other selectors here. You have limit and compress, and then you have separate and link. So separate is individual mono left and right, and then link is for both stereo. So if you wanted to do link, then you would basically use this as a stereo setting like we have here, a stereo drum or a mix bus or whatever that may be. So what's great about this compressor is that the compression ratio is like 1.5 to 1, and then the limit is 20 to 1 ratio. So very subtle and then very aggressive depending on what you like. What's also great about this is the recovery time, a little fun fact, is like 8 seconds if you turn it to slow. So that is great for very, very subtle glue compression. So we have threshold here, which is pretty standard of most compressors. We have attack, slow and fast. We have recovery time. We have output for both, and then input. Pretty simple. So let's just have a go at this. The best way to start off with this is to set everything to 12 o'clock and then have the input show about 3 or so decibels of gain reduction just to get things rolling, and then we can dial in the threshold to fine-tune it. So we have that here basically. If we wanted more, we could dial in the threshold a little bit, or back, whatever. The main thing to understand about this compressor is that the input here is really like setting the threshold. So think of it that way, rather than having the threshold be set here. So let's walk through a little bit of this. We have attack, which is slow and fast. We can hear what that sounds like here. Slow. So letting some of those transients in, and fast. So compressing a little bit more aggressively. Let's maybe dial this back a bit. And recovery. So a very fast recovery on the right, very slow recovery on the left. If you want to do a mix bus setting, you could probably do very, very slow and utilize that 8-second recovery so that it's just a really great glue. Let's listen to this bypassed. And with it, you can level match it by turning the gain down. Without, with, and then we also have a limiter, so we can change this to limiter, and now we're at 20 to 1 ratios. Let's bring back the input a bit, bring back up the volume of the output, without, with. We can do fast recovery here, and then a fast attack. Without, with. So probably and arguably one of the most transparent limiters at 20 to 1, but still it doesn't sound like a digital limiter, that's for sure. And then very, very conservative compression. So this is fantastic for mix bus, for gluing things. Again, primarily using the compression settings with the very, very slow recovery time of 8 seconds is something that is definitely something that you can use here for your mix bus. And now this is available to you with Access Analog.